Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, the usual disclaimers. If you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 800 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article, share on all your social media. Also included is NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever sees through with their threat. Trigger warning 1 when we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys. You're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to utilize your headphones. Trigger warning 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is very much advised, alright? Okay, so where we left off, folks, from last time, right? We're getting into another comment of stupid, as per usual, when it comes to the JRC. But I want to make some slight political commentary. And if I get a strike, I don't care. Can we all please stop with the whole America is somehow the world's champion for human rights? The United States refuses to investigate the JRC. This is in spite of decades of evidence of horrific abuse. Not just shock treatment, but sleep deprivation and starvation. This school has had 6 students dead at their hands. They have ignored every single one of us that have asked, pleaded, begged, and demanded a federal investigation into that place. You won't even protect the most vulnerable. These people won't protect the most vulnerable of their constituents. We are kind of the last people on planet Earth that should be lecturing anyone else about human rights when we refuse to protect the human rights of the disabled people in this country, particularly young, vulnerable, disabled kids. Nor do you get to puff your chest out and say, we're a champion of human rights and democracy, when you have troubled teen schools lining up and down the country and sideways with reports of pedophilia, forced labor, and just like the JRC, sleep and food deprivation. Do nothing for them. And you want to sit there on a world stage and pretend you're a champion for human rights. The Special Rapporteur on Torture from the UN has asked multiple times for a federal investigation to be done. It's never happened. Okay? So stop with the chest pounding America crap. Okay? Spare me. Before you just sit there in the home, well, if you don't like America, get out. First of all, who's going to pay for that, jackass? You? Yeah, that's what I thought. Number two, you want to know what produces patriotism, patriot-like behavior out of people? When you act like you actually give a damn about what's happening to them. Okay? I'll be as patriotic as you like if you end this troubled teen industry torture belt bullshit and end places like the JRC to belong to the dregs of the dodo for all eternity. I'll be as patriotic as you like. Until that time, I'm going to call it as I see it. And this is a daughter of the revolution talking to you. Not only that, but my ancestors helped found Boston. Think about that. We helped found the city of Boston. Their courts thinks this is how someone like me should be treated. Okay? All right. Where we left off, into the stupid, shall we? Hundreds of parents of individuals who exhibit SIB or AB comment that positive only approaches work even for the most severe manifestations of SIB or AB. Because it does. Remember when I tell you that the steps exist as they are for a reason? The majority of us, you want to denounce and scream in our face that we're not like your child. No duh, I grew up. When I was your child's age, on the other hand, guess what? I would slam my head repeatedly into the floor at full force. Over and over and over again. Hairbrush, bristles down, pounding into my head as hard as I could go until I drew blood. Don't tell me it doesn't work. Okay? That's the magic behind a full functional behavioral assessment. It's to get to the root cause so that we didn't know how from there to operate. Okay? When you have that roadmap to go off of, you can make a more educated decision in regards to your kid's treatment program, which increases chances for success way far beyond whatever fanfic fantasy of the perfect normal child the JRC is trying to sell you, which seems like some morbid mutant cross between a Mormon, a Kool-Aid drinker. You see what I'm saying here, right? Should go without saying. We know for a fact that these types of behaviors can be treated with what is considered the standard medical and mental health care for people with ASDs. We now have decades of data to back us up. Okay? You don't have to torture us. You don't have to replace our self-abuse with you abusing us instead. You can do this logically and take the steps in correct order without missing a single one. Wouldn't you know it? I don't use the brush to beat my head in anymore. Let's put it that way, shall we? Let's continue. Some describe a need to be supportive of individuals, contrasting support with the physically punitive nature of the ASDs. In other words, when you go for the root cause and start brainstorming solutions, that's going to be infinitely more helpful, far more likelihood of success, and way more likely chance that that success can continue to follow the child down the road than shocking them within an inch of their life every few seconds they do something you think is remotely weird. I'm a weird bitch. It is what it is. I don't want to be shocked within an inch of my life because I'm doing something some narrow-minded, neurotypical doesn't think I should be. Okay? Just saying. I know this makes this one rather short, but it's kind of self-explaining here, isn't it? The data, the parents, the scientific literature, the clinical studies done from all over the world backs this viewpoint. Okay? If you take the proper steps the way you are supposed to take them, and then use that to make an educated, more informed decision in regards to your kid's treatment program based on addressing the root causes of where these, quite frankly, very scary behaviors come from, you're more likely to be successful than punishing someone for it and not even giving them any form of real tools that they can use so they're not doing said behavior again. Okay? That's why spanking didn't work. It just made us angrier. I would say probably made us even more reckless than we would have been otherwise had we not had corporal punishment. All right? Very simple. We're going to close out, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel, and the few we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. You know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to utilize those comments. I appreciate your time. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I obviously need to get this charged. Bye-bye, everyone.